welcome to the Man Lucrative podcast. I am the host, the one, the only Magneto 7 in the building, man. I was gonna be like high energy. I brought it back down just for you and you. All right. Listen, everybody that unsubscribed to me on YouTube, y'all are some bums. Y'all bums. Okay, all right. I'm gonna calm it down. I do feel like you're a bum. I really do feel like you're a bum. But I love you. I still love you. Right? I love you like eating like sour cream on pizza. Somebody at their house right now like, ew, sour cream on pizza. Exactly. I love you though. It's like, it's still edible and I can eat it. Like if it's like a desert, like if I'm about to die, I'm gonna eat it because I got to have it. But I mean, it's like, yeah, do I really want it? I don't know. Sour cream pizza, unless it's a taco pizza. Yeah, I can see that. Taco pizza, I can see it. But anyway, welcome to the Man Lucrative podcast. This is episode 159. This episode is brought to you by my masterclass. The masterclass is going to be August. I don't have the dates. But my masterclass will be at the end of August. It's a 3-day masterclass. This is for music producers. I will be covering publishing. I will be covering music production. I'll be covering branding. I'll be covering relationships and building business. And this class is roughly about 2 hours a day, 3 days in a row. 2 hours a day, 3 days in a row. If you want to sign up for it, the link is in the description. If you are looking on Facebook or YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat. I don't even think I'm on Snapchat. I'm just saying all the social media networks. If you're looking for it there, go to the link in my bio. You can sign up today. Take advantage of the early bird special. I'm going to let y'all know up front. I have an early bird special going on right now. I think it's going to be $49.99 or it's $39.99, one of them. Take advantage of the early bird special. I made this course for musicians. I want all musicians to win, right? I really want y'all to win. Like, win. If everybody else win. I want y'all to win. But I think what's happened is all of us get caught up in the social media bundle. Like, it's like a social media bundle pack that everybody just gets opted into. It's like, I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to post here for a day. I'm going to post here for a day. Ain't nothing happened. I quit. Everybody's been doing like this passive way of brand building. I'm here to help y'all, all right? So go ahead and sign up for the masterclass today. Again, the early bird special is going on right now. I think we're going to be running the early bird special for another week, right? So depending on when you're watching this, it might be up. But either way, I want to see y'all at the masterclass at the end of the month, all right? Come through. All right, so let me go shout out everybody right quick, and I'm gonna try to make these shout outs real quick. I'm going to attempt to make them very, very quick because we've been running out of time every week, and I don't like that. All right, let me go to. Are we froze on IG? If we froze on IG, go over to TikTok. We're still up on TikTok. We might have some hiccups, but we're about to talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that too. But for Beatrice, what up, girl? Hey. She got the little bang on the little picture. What up, girl? The Black Mike, what up? Asada, great, man. 69 guy. 69 guy. What up? Cinto 87, what up? Simba _174, what up? Rod Connolly 77, what up? Charles Lamont. Charles Lamont. Yo, that boy is fire. I think he's on tour right now with the chats is like it's at a stop. So Charles, if you're still looking at this, I can't remember who you're on tour with, but safe travels. Hopefully y'all have fun. Hopefully you get some good footage. And I look forward to seeing the post, man. It's gonna be dope. He's a terrible maker. What up? Why would you name yourself that? Recap GSF. What up? Mr. Z Dog. What up? Cello the Black Pearl. What up? I shouted out all y'all out in the pre-show. What up? Mel, what up? Big Mel, what up? Rosa, what up, girl? Hey, girl. Leo, what up? Eli, what up? Let loose. What up? The Back Bay's Kitchen LLC. What up? All right. I said enough people. Oh, I gotta go to Facebook. Let me go to Facebook. I promise you, at some point we got to figure out how to get all of the chats on one screen. So I want to show love, but we got to figure out how to get all y'all on one screen. But June got it. What up, big dog? Tasha Winstead, hey girl, what up? What up? What it do? Nisha Smith, what up? Jean Ives, Laura Marr, what up? And I saw Big Hemp, what up? I just spent about 5 minutes worth of shots out. So if y'all don't feel appreciated, then I don't know what will. I don't know what'll make y'all feel appreciated. But this is another week. I really don't want to dig in on too many politics today because what's been happening is this. And I shouted everybody out that unsubscribed to me on YouTube. I did that first, right? This is my issue. All right. This has been my reoccurring issue for I'm going to say human relations. I don't want to say black relations. I don't want to say white relations. I don't want to say Mexican to black relations, Dominican to Mexican. I don't want to say none of that. I'm going to just say human relations. This has been my issue with a lot of human relations. Nobody is trying to figure out where the other person is coming from or the other group of people or everybody's just loud. Up. Open your mouth. I'm going to throw up. Pause. But I'm going to just say this. I'm going to spew this out. I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say this. And then as soon as you try to say something back, it's like, why did you say that? We got to figure this out, y'all. We got to figure this out. And again, I don't want to dig too much on politics. I did this last week and YouTube let me. Well, you know what? Maybe it's a good thing. Now kind of re-engineering how the human mind works. Maybe it's a good thing that some people are unsubscribing because there has been an influx of subscribers on my YouTube. But I think this is what happens too. I'm going to say this too. Just because I'm cool with white folk don't mean I hate black folk. And just because I'm very aware of the things that black folk need don't mean I'm trying to squash the things that white folk need. It's just like, this is why they used to, when I was out washing cars, I got a short story. When I used to work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, my first job at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, which was my last semester of college, I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car as a car washer. I was a car washer, right? I was the guy that was in the back listening to the music. And then you washing the car, smoke a black and mild. Like, hey, Crawford, we got that car ready? Yeah, almost in one hot second, right? I was one of them type of people, right? But I've never been a negative maintenance-ish job working guy. I've always been positive, right? So I remember when I was working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Shouts out to Enterprise, man. There was a lot of talk between black and white relations. These are the things, and this, I don't know if this was right around the time when DEI was first they were trying to start going hard on it first. But there was a lot of talk about what things that you can do, things you can't say, things you can do, can say, whatever, right? This is the fortunate thing. I understood, shouts out to the females that worked in the office, because I'm not going to say y'all name. I don't want y'all to be like, he's talking about me on the pod. Sue him. You try to come sue me, I ain't got nothing for you. I'm just letting you know I ain't got nothing for you. So I'm just saying, the women that worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car, a lot of them did have a lot of dudes that were either trying to hit on them or the company, and not the company, I ain't gonna say the company because Enterprise is a great company. Certain managers that was in the company was incentivized the women to, show a little bit more, show a little bit of midriff, show a little bit of cleavage, right? Some of this stuff it might not have been said out loud, but it was suggested, right? Some managers suggested some of this stuff, right? So I could see why certain parameters would be placed on certain businesses. You shouldn't say this. This is how you treat people. The women should be promoted at the same rate as some of the men because they were doing the same jobs, if not better. I get a lot of that. A lot of the times the women were killing it. They were out there. They might even, even if they worked in the office, and I end up getting an office job at some point, but even though some of the women worked in the office at Enterprise, they would come outside. If we were slammed and we had mad cars up the street, and like, y'all don't realize this is the other side of Enterprise, right? Y'all don't realize over the weekend when y'all drop y'all cars off on Sundays, it's I'ma just throw the key. I'ma just throw it. Man, we gonna go eat. Y'all don't realize how many cars get dropped off at one time, and how many people that actually work at that branch to check the cars in, clean the cars, inspect the cars. It is a full process. It's a whole process. A lot of people don't understand that. But anyway, a lot of the times, if we were slammed at the office, those women would come up. They'll come to the back with they got a blouse on. They got slacks on. Some of them had the dress on. They got heels on. And they washing cars with us. They were outside washing cars with us, and then go drive the car up the little ramp, and then check the customer in and go through with the paperwork and all. A lot of the times the women did this. What the dudes would do, some of the dudes, would be like, man, you need to hurry up and watch that car. You need to hurry up and watch that car. And for me, I'm like, okay, I can see why certain laws exist. I can see why certain people might feel like they're being mistreated. But what's happened is this. There have been things put in place to make sure that type of stuff don't happen again. There are legal procedures that's in place to make sure that type of stuff don't happen again. Just ask Diddy. Just ask him. My only shot. That's my only way. But anyway, yeah, I'm here to bring people together. I'm never here to tear people apart. Although we might have differences of opinions, although we might have different points of view, I am not here to tear nobody down. So what I want everybody that unsubscribe to me to do, if you unsubscribe to me on YouTube, I want you to double back on this episode 159. Double back on it and just hear me out. Here's some of the things I want to talk about, cause it's nothing worse than somebody that just ignores the other sides of a story. It's nothing worse. Somebody that ignores the other sides of the stories is very arrogant. They're very conceited. They don't see nobody else's point of view but they own. Those people you got to watch out for. I think that what's happening right now, I think social media allows people to have a certain voice. And that's good. That's the good part of social media. It allows people to have a voice. It allows them to be heard, seen, build businesses, make money, cultivate relationships. Well, social media is great for that, right? But some of the people that's just spewing hate, they just spewing hate just to be doing it. A lot of those people need their voice silenced. And the only way those voices get silenced is when we don't share that stuff. When we don't share it and make it a big to-do. Oh, like, when we're going to talk about it, right? All right, so first up, I want to talk about this show. I watched this show, and I didn't get a chance to get to it last week, so I want to talk about it today. But there's a show that came out on Netflix. It's called Dirty Pop. Dirty Pop. Let me let that clap for a little bit, because I see IG did crash, and we're gonna talk about that too. No, better yet, why IG comes back up. I'll let y'all know. This is what happened. This is what's been happening. Y'all know I've been shooting a podcast for about 3 years roughly now. This year we're right at 3 years, something like that. What's happened is this. The more I add to the podcast and the more I add to the network, because this is called the Mad Lucrative Network, the more I add, the more shows that I got going on, the more I'm starting to understand the things that's missing, right? And this might be the first gem. This might be the first gem of the day. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a talking point. But something I've realized is at some point with podcasting, you got to get, not just podcasting, music production, film, television, makeup, dance, anything in the arts and business arena. At some point, we have to level up. You can never be the same person that you were yesterday, because if you are, then you're dead. You're done. It's a wrap. Let me shout everybody out there. Natasha, what up, girl? Hey, girl. Mr. Fantastic, what up? Zay G, what up? All right. All right. And was that Lorenzo? What up? Lenzo. I'm gonna just say Lorenzo. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Sorry. But anyway, what's happened is this. A lot of people are looking at social media. Everybody is creating something, whether it's a podcast, whether it's music, whether it's tutorial videos. Just everybody's creating some type of content. I've even seen some of the real estate agents, and this is a cold flip. This is a cold flip because they know us dudes gonna be like, oh, she is thick. Just look at, woo. Okay, I can't look. Let me look. Let me stop. Right? They know we gonna look like that, so they keep making that type of content. But I've even noticed some of the real estate agents, they be posting workout videos, right? They'll post a workout video, and they butt me towards the back of the camera, and they be lifting weights, and then they cut to a house. I said, that's cold. Whoever booked you to market this, they need a raise. Y'all know what y'all doing. But anyway, I've noticed a lot of people are getting heavier online and starting to post and build business. I like that part. But what happens is when you start to be successful with this online thing and you start seeing a certain amount of numbers and you start seeing a certain type of income that comes along with the numbers, you get lazy. It is very easy to get lazy. I'm gonna tell you what lazy looks like. Lazy says, well, y'all like this red pack yesterday. So since y'all like this red pack yesterday, I'm gonna just use this red pack for the rest of the year. And then everybody be like, all right, month 1, look at the red pack. Month 2, look at the red pack. Month 3, okay, the red pack, he still got the red pack. Month 4, got the red pack. Month 5, okay, he still got that red pack. Month 6, why are you still holding that red pack up? You ain't got nothing else that you can do right now. Nothing? You are just, right? That's what happens on social. So, making to assure that I don't get into that space, I've been adding more shows. I show people me producing music. I show people the podcast. I go live showing y'all how I podcast. This is low-key like behind the scenes before it gets edited down. Because some of the stuff I talk about on today's pod might get cut out for YouTube or for the masses, right? So somebody might screenshot me. It's fine, whatever. But this is a part of growing a network, growing a pod, growing your content. I want to make sure I challenge everybody. Everybody, look, what they say in the church, everybody that's under the sound of my voice. Huh? Everybody that's under the sound of my voice, I want you to listen and listen well. Take heed and proceed. And give them what they need. Y'all like how I did that. I know y'all like how I did that. I was going to sneak it in there somewhere. But no, everybody has to level up, right? Everybody's antennas for social media has gotten dull. It's gotten dull. The things that we're entertained by has dropped to an all-time low. It is like thottery. I'm gonna make that a new word, thottery. This is like thottery of social media. Everybody has been doing. I'm gonna take out everybody. I'm gonna take everybody out. All right. But first off, with improving the podcast, I had to have the people from AT&T come out. Shouts out to AT&T. Sometimes, I don't give them a clap because they've been different. But something let me know that when this is a word. I had to think about it first. I was like, yeah, this is a word technically. Something about growth and comfortability don't go hand in hand. If you're trying to grow something and you want to be comfortable while you grow it, it don't go hand in hand. I'm gonna tell you why. So again, we built on to the podcast space and to the content areas and all this stuff. Got microphones everywhere, lights everywhere, computers everywhere. Oh, we got Studio A, and I'll be on live. Yo, I'm in Studio A today, and I'm in on the Studio B today, right? I'm doing all that stuff, and I'm proud of this stuff. but there's always extra cost that goes along with it. When you thought that you were good, like good, and you were winning, guess what? You still ain't won yet. You're still in the process of getting to the next level. So anyway, I had AT&T come through, and the guy, I can't remember his name. He got a content channel. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I don't remember your content page. I love you though. I do love you. But he's walking me through the house, and he looks at my modem. He says, "Okay, your modem's right here." I said, "Yeah, the modem's right there." He said, "All right, cool." He said, "And you got fiber. This is the fastest thing that we got." I said, "Okay, cool. Look, tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's going on." Because I said, what's happening is, like now, y'all might be seeing it right now. If y'all watching this live, I might be having some hiccups. I might be having some hiccups in the feed, right? So what the AT&T guy was like, "Yo," he said, "Okay, so you got fiber." He said, "What are you doing?" I ain't gonna front. When people come to my house, I'm very selective in how much stuff I tell them, because I don't want people to size me up and try to upcharge me or double charge me on something, right? They actually did try to upcharge me. AT&T, y'all nasty too. We gonna talk about that. I got a lot to talk about. But anyway, so he's like, "So what all do you do?" I was like, "Well, I produce music and I do a little bit of film score and I do a little bit of this. I'm a content guy, right?" He's like, "Okay, content." His antenna went up. "Okay, so what do you record?" I said, "It's in the basement." He said, "Okay, where's the basement in comparison to this modem?" So I said, "This is downstairs, whatever." He said, "All right, take me to it." So keep in mind, we're going through a full rehab of the basement, working on all the content spaces. So this is how I look at content too. To just a word to the wise. If you are a person that's wanting to do content in your house and you got limited resources, use every wall in your like extra space. Use every wall as a shot. Every wall should be a shot. In this one studio, I got at least 3 shots. In this one studio, I got 3 shots. I got this wall, I got the main like control center wall, and then y'all gonna see soon I got this dope sound diffuser that's been built into the wall, and it look like marble, and it's fire, right? But anyway, use every wall. Use all your resources to make sure that you can get the best look possible. But anyway, I take him to the basement. We walk around. He come down the steps. He walk around the corner. He says, "Oh, you produce." I say, "Yeah, I produce a little bit. So he said, he looking at the plaques. He said, "You produce Ice Cube? Tell me what it's like to produce." And that's why I normally don't talk about my stuff when it's service people. And that sounds like a Republican for real. That sounds bad. But I don't normally talk about the things that I've accomplished with service people because I don't want to start getting into a what was it like fest. Oh, what was it like to work with Eminem? What was it like to work with Ice Cube? What was it like to work with 50 Cent? It's okay in context if we're doing if we shooting a podcast, but if I need you to fix my internet, then I don't want to talk about that. I want you to fix my internet. Like, let me know why I'm having these hiccups with this service that I'm paying for from you. But anyway, so he's like, "Okay, so your modem's right there." After we got past the plaque talk, he's like, "All right, so your modem's right there." He's like, "Bro," he said, "This your studio?" I said, "Yeah, it's my studio." He said, "Bro, your studio is amazing." I said, "Thanks, man." I said, "I appreciate it." And he said, "Glass doors everywhere, huh?" You just I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, glass doors in the inside of your house, interior glass door." Wow. I was like, "Dude, it's not that big of I said, "Just tell me about the internet." Let me know what I need to do to get this internet fixed. So he's like, "All right." So he said, "Bro," he said, "your house is too big for that little modem." I was like, "The house is too big for that little modem." Keep in mind, I like our house. I'm very appreciative. I like where we are, but I'm on in my brain. I'm already on to where we're about to go, right? And I think every visionary and every person that just creates stuff consistently, we always get in that space. We can be appreciative for where we are, but we always got our eyes set on the next thing. What we about to do next? How we gonna grow this, right? But anyway, he's like, "Yeah, bro, your house is too big for that little modem." He said, "You're gonna have to have a mesh system." I said, "What is that?" Because last time I heard a mesh, it was getting installed in people's stomachs and say, hey, you got to uninstall this mesh because it's going to give you cancer. Say, no, man. Last time I heard of mesh anything, it was that. Or like mesh on the outside fence. Like, I don't know nothing about that. So he was like, yo, he's like, let me explain to you. This is what a mesh system is. So he drew a diagram. And he said, so is this the only space you shoot out of? I said, no, I got a studio. I got Studio B on the other side. So we walked to the other side of the basement. And he's like, bro, he just starts to laugh. He says, you want your modem. And this is a word. I was like, oh my God. But he said, you want your one little modem to service all of this area. He said, bro, this is at least 3,000 square feet plus? He's like, that one little modem can't service all of this. You have to upgrade the system to match where you are. I said, oh my God. You got to upgrade. You, listen, I got in my Reverend bag. You have to upgrade the system to match where you are. Not where you've been. You gotta upgrade the system to match where you are or where you're going. So I was like, all right, cool. I said, so what does that mean? So he drew a whole diagram, and I didn't even know that we had to have that. He drew a diagram of the house, both stories, both floors, and then he drew a diagram of the modem. And then he said, what has to happen is this. Your modem is the hub from us to you. I said, all right, cool. And he said, so what has to happen now is you have to build another system just within your house to service the rest of the spots. So you get the internet from us to you. Now you got to provide the internet from you to you. I said, from me to me. He said, yeah. He said, so what it's going to look like is this. You got a modem right here. Then you're going to hook that modem up to another modem that services this area. Then that modem services all these little hot spots that lands around your house. And that is the way that you get the best internet possible to service all your live streams. Because he said what's happening now is, he said from when you get the internet from us, I think I got like I think he said it's like 2, 3 or 4 gigs. It's a lot of gigs. Because even with the little lady that was on the phone, she was like, you have like a corporate package internet service deal. How you got bad internet? I was like, I don't know. I said, but it's not that good. So she was like, no, you got the highest gig possible that we offer outside of going to like an office building. Your internet is that. I was like, all right, cool. So he tells me about the hot spots and says, yeah, this is going to ping this spot, and this going to ping that spot, and that's going to ping that spot. And y'all know me, I got in my creative bag. I couldn't just let him talk about the thing and not like analyze it from a coach's standpoint. I was like, yo, this is the same thing as me starting my Lucrative community, which y'all can join today. But I was like, this is the same thing as me starting my Lucrative community. The hub might be Atlanta, but then I got another hub in Texas with Trey. Then I got another hub in Chicago with Fabian. Then I got another hub in New York. And all of us service all of these other people, and they get what they need at some point. Everybody will get what they need. So I was like, yo, that is a bar. So I'm gonna say that before we go to the first subject. I think his name was Matthew. Shouts out to Matthew. But before we go to, we're gonna go to the first subject. Dirty pop, man. Hold up, my bad. I didn't read the chat. Give me a second. Let me see what y'all saying over here on YouTube. What up? Poetic Drive, what up? Cold Blue, what up? Ronald Correll, what up? G-String, what up, big dog? Fly Time, what up? All right, so how do you feel about the Red Martini eviction going by? I did have that on some of my notes about the Red Martini. And that's Atlanta business. That's more so Atlanta business. So everybody that's watching this that's outside of Atlanta, there is a club / bar / like bar and grill type of thing called the Red Martini in Atlanta. And the whole eviction of that idea, the eviction of that business has gone viral. It's gone viral. I can't get at a clap. This is the reason why. We are right now in the middle of, and people want to say, they think I'm about to say we're in the middle of a life and death situation with the presidential election. We're going to talk about it for a little bit. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about what is captivating to our attention spans. Think about that. If you think about it like that, you might be like, man, I don't want to watch this podcast no more. Why you got to get all grown up? But no, for real, think about the things that we're entertained by right now. We are entertained by some crazy stuff right now. Okay, all right. Case in point. We've been talking about people going through evictions, and we've been talking about the economy. We've been talking about everybody that's just going through a hard time. We've been talking about that before the pandemic and after the pandemic. We kept talking about it, right? I don't find it entertaining for somebody to go through an eviction and then all of the stuff gets thrown out in the streets, and then the video of the stuff being thrown out in the streets, and these vultures come get the stuff, and then they post it. I'm going to get me this. I'm going to get this table. Or they got a bottle of Jack. I don't find that entertaining. That's not entertaining to me. So this is my word to y'all. Everybody that thinks that's entertainment, this is my word to y'all. Be careful what you're entertained by. Be careful what you're entertained by. If you're entertained by somebody being thrown out on the streets and your job or your money might be looking a little bit funny, that could possibly be you at some point. So I have been broke long enough. I have had bread long enough. I have seen when the account changes over to the 6-figure mark and you see that in your account, I know what that feels like. I know what the negative $259 feel like too. That negative $259, that don't feel good. So this is what I'm gonna say. Be careful with what you're entertained by. Everybody is a paycheck away from losing it. And I don't care if you're on a high level. I don't care if you're on the level on like the entrepreneurial level where you just started. Everybody's in jeopardy. So I don't think it's funny. And I didn't want to make it a grown-up type of situation. But yo, why would we be entertained by anybody being evicted? Think about that. Why would we be entertained by anybody being evicted and inflation is up? I just talked to the AT&T because the AT&T girl came because they tried to upsell me while they were here. So I was like, no, I see what y'all trying to do. I was like, free that nigga, 6'9" guy. I see what y'all trying to do. But anyway, why would I find it entertaining for anybody to be thrown out when gas prices is what it is? Food prices is what it is. House tax is what it is. Electric bill is what it is. The girl that came over that tried to upsell me from AT&T was complaining about her power bill. Guess what? In my brain and in my house, I've been like, why is the power bill so expensive? Who did this and why did they do it? Can you tell them to stop? Right? This stuff ain't funny to me, man. It ain't funny. So, be careful. Be careful. All right, let me see what Zay G said. All media is a form of entertainment, distraction. I like Zay G already. I like you, Zay G. Exactly. Appreciate that share, June. Appreciate that share. But yeah, we got to figure this out. We got to figure this out because it's weird right now. It's very weird. But anyway, yeah. So that's my take on the red martini eviction. Godspeed to the owners. My prayers are with them. Hopefully they can pull it up and go build something else. That's the thing about entrepreneurs. Honestly, that's the thing about entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs know how to just figure ish out. If something's going bad on this side, most entrepreneurs be like, I can go make this. I'm gonna go build something and just get myself out of the dirt. I like that. But anyway, thoughts and prayers to the owners of the Red Martini. And all y'all bums out there, All y'all bums. Ooh, I'm gonna get this table. I'm gonna get. And this is another thing. Before we go to the dirty pop, another thing. I went to y'all know me and my wife are like avid thrifters. We thrift for everything. She's more so thrifting on the clothes side. I'm a big thrifter when it comes to electronics, maybe a little bit of furniture every now and then. Like I'm workout equipment. I don't look like it right now, but I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back by 41. 41 is in November. I'm gonna be back. I promise you. Don't hold me to it, but I promise you. But I'm an avid thrifter. I noticed on Marketplace it was a company that said, come get all you want. Come get it, right? And my wife sent me the post because she knows what we like. No, did I send her the post? One of us sent each other the post. Sent each other the post, and I said, "Yo, you want one of these? Do you want one of these pieces of workout equipment?" So she was like, yeah, I take it." So then she saw another post. The people that posted the original workout equipment updated the post and posted more stuff. And then they posted more stuff. So I was like, let me go out here. I'm going to drive out here. It was in Sandy Springs. So I drove. It was about 30 minutes from the house. Drove out there. And I was a little bit excited, but I was a little bit sad at the same time. I was excited from the standpoint of coming up on a deal, because everybody like a deal. We all like a deal. So I was excited from that standpoint, but I was a little bit sad because I was like, yo, the economy and where we are with inflation is so stupid. Even this high dollar membership is, I can't remember the name of the building, but this gym had to go out of business. And this is not no regular. I'm not talking about like a room. It's not like a Planet Fitness. That's a room. That's like a big room. This gym was like the size of, I'm going to say 3 Walmarts. It was like the size of 3 Walmarts put together on 3 stories, 3 different floors, right? So I went in. They had all the workout equipment was pulled out, laying in the streets, just in the streets. All these people like me was going through, looking at the equipment. And I was like, yo, this is some good equipment. You can't get no, I'm talking about like the workout, like the real stuff, like with the bikes, the treadmills, the ellipticals, the big weights, like the long weight racks. Like I was like the 8-foot, 10-foot weight racks, those joints, right? I'm looking, I was like, yo, it's real. Like the economy is real. And a lot of economists has been talking about where we're about to be with the money, but everybody, watch this, everybody just keeps looking at what's entertaining us. Even when it comes to the presidential election, everybody's looking at this stuff like, oh, like yup, she got my vote. Oh, nope, yup, he got my vote. Nobody's really looking at what's going on right in your city. What's going on in your city? How many businesses are able to keep their doors open? Think about that. How many Krispy Kremes? How many Wendy's? How many Chick-fil-A's? How many businesses current day in your city is going out of business? And if you look at that, I will say this, all of that is a part of policies that's been okayed and approved. All of that is a part of the policies that's been approved by certain candidates. I'm not going to say if it's Kamala, Joe Biden, Trump, Obama, whoever it is. All of the things that we're seeing right now is a part of a policy that's been approved at some point. So I'm going to tell y'all to do this. More than a presidential election, look at the council members. Look at the people that's running for Senate, state Senate. Look for the people that's running for state secretary. Look into the county CEOs. Look at those people, because those are the votes that's actually going to count. And those people get in office how? Huh? They get in office from you. You did this. Right? So that's what I look at more so. I look at all of that stuff on a local level. I rarely put a lot of energy into the presidential candidates because this is how we look at it. And we still got to get the dirty pop. Lord Jesus, we got to get there. But this is why I don't put a lot of energy into the candidates who's running. The candidates who's running, let's be real. All of these are personalities. Let's look at it like that. These are on air personalities that carry out a message or they carry out a mission selected by a group of people. The group of people might be the cabinet that to say, yo, well, you gonna do this, well, this is what we gonna improve. And when you get on that camera, you need to say it like this. And that little piece of glass, everybody sees the piece of glass. That little piece of glass that be on stage with them, that's a teleprompter. They not just freestyling when they get up on that stage. These folk, wake up. Smack, wake up. They not just on stage freestyling, giving y'all speeches. These speeches have been well thought out. We don't want to excite. And the bad people say we don't want to excite them too much. So we don't excite them too much. Say it like this. Think about, okay, this is the best idea. This is the best example. If everybody knows, we've heard it for years. Everybody have heard it for years. Cell phones are these electronic devices, microwaves. If you stand in front of the microwave, you might get cancer, right? You get your cell phone to your ear all the time, you might get cancer. If you got the earbuds in your ear, guess what? You might get cancer. If you eat cereal with a lot of sugar in it, guess what? You might get cancer. If you eat too much meat, you might get polio. Nah, you might get cancer. If you eat too many vegetables that got pesticides on it, what does it say? You might get cancer. So for me, this is how I look at all of this stuff. If that stuff exists, right? And these are things that we have to digest every day. You got to eat. They say if you drink the water that come out your faucet, you might get cancer. So it's just like, bruh, what are we supposed to do? Right? So if all of these things exist from day to day, right? This stuff exists from day to day. How do we have the energy to combat somebody online about their best candidate or who they voting for if we know there are other things that's a little bit more important? Just a little bit more important. I think life is just a little bit more important than who you vote for. I think it's a little bit more important. I think it's more important to look at, again, and I said it over and over, even that clip on YouTube is doing some numbers, so shouts out to me for that. But I went on a rant. Last week I went on a rant talking about policies, and I was like, yo, the Democratic Party is trying to just excite some type of emotion, and they said Trump is exciting emotion too, but with his emotion it comes with some type of actionable line items that might back the things that he's like just rambling about. So I was like, just read the book. Don't just judge the book by the cover. Oh, it's a nice book. Oh, it looks pretty. No, open the book, read it, and then come up with your own analysis based off of what you read. So I want to tell everybody to do that. That is my 2 cents when it comes to this whole election. I pray to God that I don't know. Because I have a lot of different emotions that go on when it comes to decision making. And even saying I pray to God, right? I'm going to sound real bad. I might sound like an atheist with this one, but I'm not an atheist. I'm a Christian. I'm not an atheist. I'm a Christian. But this is how I look at it. Even the idea of saying, I pray to God that things work out. Simple statements like that. I pray to God that he sends the right people in my space to advance the things that I'm trying to achieve. Blanket statements like that. I pray to God for blah, 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 blah. Personally, I don't think you should pray to God for that stuff. I think you should pray to God for the personality, the knowledge, the understanding of people, how to build the relationship between you and the people. And then once those relationships are built, then y'all kind of both understand where you fit in each other's lives. I can add this to your equation. You can add this to my equation. Okay, that's pretty dope. Let's put that together. Oh, it worked. Right? I believe in praying to God for the other side of it. It's real surfacey, and I feel like some of our upbringing, because again, I grew up in the church, Baptist household, whatever. I don't say whatever, but just Baptist household, right? I don't believe that God will automatically bless you with certain things and people in your place if you don't know how to treat those people that He made. I don't believe that God will even bless you with the line items. I don't like if you everybody has gone to maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But everybody has gone to the I say today's podcast is gonna be everybody. That's gonna be the name of it. Period. But we've all gone to the Ferrari dealership or the Lamborghini dealership or the Mercedes dealership or the Tesla dealership. I don't know. I haven't gone to any of the other ones. But we've all gone to those dealerships and said, oh, man, I want to get me a Ferrari. Oh, that's pretty dope. And then your brain jumps and jumps and jumps. And then you might even pray. You might say, God, bless me with this Ferrari. God, Lord, Jesus, Lord, you know my heart. I just want you to bless me with this Ferrari. It's wild. It's crazy. God, if you bless me with this Ferrari, everything that I did yesterday, I won't do today. I'm a changed man. So let's say this. Let's say God ends up giving you the $500,000. God blesses you with $500,000. Bam, drops in your lap. You just ask Him to bless you with the Ferrari, right? This is what I think. God is funny with this stuff. And you ask Him to bless you with this Ferrari. He drops $500,000 in your lap. Keep in mind, your brain, your personal achievements and everything that you want to get done says this $500,000 must be for me to buy the Ferrari. That's how we think. That's how we think. So you say, hey, man, God, you looking out for me on this one. Thank you so much. You blessed me with this $500,000 so I can go buy this Ferrari. So God probably looking at how to hit down from heaven like, this big dummy. Look at this. It's just stupid. So you go to the Ferrari dealership. You might even dress up. It's funny because I had this type of mindset back in the day. This is how my brain did work. He bless you with the money. You get the $500,000. You go to the Ferrari dealership. They say, okay, how would you like to finance this? You say, no financing. Cash. All cash. So the dealer's like, yo, okay, we about to make a sale. And then they give you the car. You probably going to pay about $250,000, maybe $300,000. I'm talking about that big boy Ferrari, not the cheap one. You're going to pay $300,000. Get the car. You driving it. You ain't even think about the insurance that you got to put on the Ferrari. So now you paying about $20,000, $30,000 a month. Now, guess what? You forgot. I can't put, and I'm just being real surfacey. I can't put regular gas in the car. I've been spending about $5,000 a month in gas. So now fast forward 6 months later, that $500,000 that God blessed you with, about gone. So now you down to about $130 in pocket. Guess what? Oh, we just celebrated Merry Christmas. Everybody got good gifts on me. Yeah, I got the Ferrari. Yep. Y'all can take a picture with it. You can. Go ahead. Come on, take a picture. January 1st hits. What happens the first of the year? Everybody tell me what happens the first of the year. I tell you, taxes. So you didn't even think about this money that God blessed you with the taxes. So God, you blessed me with this money. How much I got to pay with taxes? Well, if you gonna do, let's see, add this up. Okay, you're at around 20 to 30% tax. 20 to 30% tax. Hold up, what does that mean? Oh, human life is funny. What does that mean, God? Okay, so I gotta pay $20,000. No, so you say I gotta pay $20,000 from the 500? No, you have to pay 20% of $500,000. Okay, give me a second. Let me add it up. Let's see. Okay, so 10%, 500,000. 20%, 500,000. I gotta pay 100,000. They're like, yeah, you gotta pay 100,000 on $500,000. What's the problem? What's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to look out your window and you're going to see that Ferrari sitting in your driveway. I shouldn't have did this. This is a bad idea. And I say all that to say this. A lot of the times God will bless us with stuff. He allows us to achieve things. He allows us to be in relationships. He allows us to be in certain rooms with people that can change and shape the way our future outcome might be. He puts us in those positions. It's up to us to manage it properly. It's up to us to not take the whole 500,000 and go buy some frivolous stuff. It's up to us to say, okay, instead of buying the Ferrari, maybe I do need a car. I need a car. Maybe I should just buy the cheap Tesla, the cheapest Tesla. It still look nice. Or maybe I shouldn't even just buy a Tesla. Maybe I should just buy a used Honda Accord. Oh. And then invest the money wherever it's needed. You might come up, and this is honestly, this is how I feel like God works. And now I've made this a whole Christian pod. I don't know how I did this. I'm just here. We're here now. But this is how God works. He'll bless us with the stuff. The stuff might be money, relationships, all that stuff, right? He'll bless us with it. And then in the event that we do manage it properly and we do treat people the way that they need to be treated, while we have this new thing that's a blessing, we do all of the proper things. He says, okay, congratulations. All right, you won. I'm going to put you in this relationship with this person that's working on this building project over here. So that $500,000 that I gave you, let's double it up. And to double it up, all I need you to do is go with them, invest $100,000. Go invest $100,000 into their dream. Because what's happening is this, and this is why I think this is the human characteristic of business. This is the human characteristic of business where the supernatural meets the natural, all this stuff. I think what happens is God will bless the person with the stuff. And if the person is selfish, then they're going to spend it. And then it's another learning process. It's another test that God puts those people through, right? But the people that do succeed and they pass the test, he graduates them to be a part of the other person that's going through their thing. So what happened, you might not know that the person that God wants you to go invest $100,000 in, that, remember, I have to backtrack the story. $500,000. God gives you the $500,000. You treated it properly. You did everything. You managed it properly, right? There's another person that's probably praying for God to bless them with $100,000. And that $100,000 is going to build their dream and build it's going to fuel a lot of stuff. But if you don't pass your test, and it's going to be hard for them to get to their next level. So now they're waiting on the next person to pass their test to invest in them, to invest in their dream. That's how life works. It just works that way, right? So again, he blessed you with the $500,000. You now went and invested the $100,000 with this person because you didn't blow it. You didn't go buy the Ferrari. You didn't blow it. You invested with them. Now, that $100,000 that you gave them is worth $300,000. And now you got more people affiliated with their dream because their dream was somebody else's. It just works. It works. So let's manage our things properly. And I got about 10 minutes to talk about this. Dirty Pop. All right, I watched this documentary on Netflix called Dirty Pop. This is not a spoiler for the business people. If you're a business person, I advise you to go look at the documentary called Dirty Pop. In a nutshell, Dirty Pop is about this guy. I can't remember his name. Can't remember his name. It's a white guy, right? It's a guy that comes up with the idea of marketing pop bands, boy bands. The bands that he ended up marketing was NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and Britney Spears, and a lot of like the big pop acts, right? But the way he got into business was shady in the beginning. The way he got in business was he committed fraud against his blimp company. He started, y'all know, like the Goodyear blimp in the air. He had an idea to start one of those Goodyear blimp companies back in the 80s. Started a Goodyear blimp company. The company started to tank. Instead of working harder on the company and working harder on himself to become a better person, instead of doing all that stuff, he just pretty much let one of the blimps fall out the sky, and then he took that insurance money and went and started this other business. Right? In a nutshell, that's what happened. But what he started to do, because I could tell, and this is the thing. Y'all always say, I always talk about the demon on this shoulder and the angel on this shoulder. This is what happens. A lot of the times, people that's very talented, like high level talent, that can get you to believe in your own dream. Those high level talented people know how to use it for good or for evil. In this case, in the Dirty Pop case, he used it for evil, right? So he took all this insurance money, put some money behind, I think it was the Backstreet Boys at the time. Backstreet Boys. They working. He getting them dance lessons. He got them singing lessons. He got them in studios with different music producers. He's sending them overseas, all this stuff. At some point, the Backstreet Boys got hot, right? This is where he messed up. Once the Backstreet Boys started to get hot, he started to get in bed with all of these other investors. Be careful when you take money from other people. I'll say that. Be careful when you take money from other people. A lot of the times, the money is going to come at a cost. All right? But anyway, he's taking Backstreet Boys in front of all these bands. They're like, oh, I love them. Y'all know, if y'all never been to a music industry event, this is how it goes. Oh, that's your new artist? Okay, I like them. Okay, let me hear it. Okay, I'm here. Oh, they can sing. How much you need? How it works. How it really works. How much you need? How much you need to make this thing, take it global? What you need? Instead of him saying, well, we only need something cheap. Taking the cheap route probably could have been like 20,000, even 100,000. It could have been cheap, right? Instead of saying that, he's like, man, look, we need $1 million. I could take $1 million from you. Honestly, we're trying to raise about $40 million. We need to raise $40 million for the Backstreet Boys to work. So all of these investors that see the talent in the Backstreet Boys are investing their money back to back, putting the money in, put the money in. This dude goes and trick off on the money, buying the Ferraris, airplanes, all this frivolous stuff. So when the Backstreet Boys started to make good on their deals and they're getting all the sales from the albums and merch and all this stuff, when they're starting to do good, he's upside down all of these millions of dollars. I think it ended up touching $1 billion. It ended up touching $1 billion or more. Everything just starts to fail. Then he discovered NSYNC. He took NSYNC through the same thing that he took Backstreet Boys through. Like, go watch the doc. The doc is fire. It's called Dirty Pop on Netflix. But I had a few success points that I want to pull out, and then we're going to end. The first success point, if you have to find someone with money, if you got to find some money, figure out where you're going to get it from. Don't do everything that you need to do to get the money. Become the person that you need to become to get the money. Shouts out to Myron Golden. Myron Golden says that all the time. You have to become the person that you need to become to get the thing that you need to get. Everybody's just trying to get stuff without changing. Everybody's just trying to get, it's mine. Just give me mine. This is my season. Hey, for grace, for power. Rain on me, rain on, right? All these are gospel songs for all of my Republican followers. This is gospel songs. I love you. But yo, life is not about getting everything that you can get. You got to become something to get the thing. You got to become something to get the thing. The other point that I wanted to bring out from the Dirty Pop, sometimes you have to leave your area to make it work. Sometimes you got to leave your area to make it work. I am one of these people. I'm from North Carolina originally. Before I got my big placements, like the big ones, I had to work in New York. I had to work in LA. I had to do a lot of soul searching to figure out what's driving me to make this music. What's driving you to do the thing that you're doing right now? If you're currently in the middle of building your small business, you're in the middle of starting your 501c3. You're in the middle of starting these new relationships where you're dating somebody. You just got into a new marriage. What is driving you to do this thing? What's driving it? If it's selfish ambition, it might be a little difficult for you to grow it. It might be a little bit difficult for you to grow it. But that means leaving one mindset and going to another mindset. You got to change up some stuff to get there. All right, the next point is if success breeds competition and you make a cake, you may as well figure out how what does that mean? What does that mean? If success breeds competition, you make cake. Oh, Coke. Oh my, stigmatism. Okay. If success breeds competition and you make Coke, you may as well figure out how to make Pepsi. Right? That was one clip. That was like a very dope piece that he said in that movie. Because this is how I look at it. Keep in mind, everybody always kind of put Backstreet Boys up against NSYNC. It's like, which group I like the most? Which one I like the most? But both groups were under of the same label, same management, same producers, same studio. Everything was the same, but it was two different groups, right? So I like that idea, but I don't like the idea to make that shady. I like this stuff to be out front. I want you to know that I own both of these. I don't want you to think that I'm trying. Now, I do get that some people will forever say, well, I'd rather have Pepsi. And this person, I'd rather have Coca-Cola. How you going to say Coca-Cola was here first? Pepsi came, right? Everybody loves just the back and forth, like the pandering back and forth, like just point the finger. Everybody like that stuff. Me, I like to know we're all associated. We're all trying to make something work. We're not trying. We're all making this thing work. I don't have to have a competition when we can work together. It don't have to be a competition when we can work together. Case in point, I just saw Goliath come up on the chat on Instagram. What up, big dog? Case in point, Goliath, right? Goliath is out in Arizona. He's in the Lucrative community, which you too can join. If you want to join Lucrative community today, links in my bio. This is a group of people that I'm coaching every week. Everybody is building a small business. Everybody's selling a product. Everybody's figuring out how to level up and get to the next level, right? And you get free music reviews. That's just an added bonus. Join the Lucrative community today. And we got a lot more stuff coming up too, which I'm not going to talk about on the podcast. You just got to join the community 1 week for free on me. Join the community and just see what it's like. You might like it. But to go back, Goliath is out in Arizona. He has a studio. He's well informed with music business, film and entertainment. He gets his own placements. He got his everything. He got his own stuff going on. What I look like getting online and say, man, hey, I'm better than Goliath. Goliath ain't got nothing on me, man. You still going over there? That's what's happening with the politics. That's the exact same thing that's happening with politics. You doing that over there? How you gonna do it? Y'all? So instead of doing that, I prefer that we all work together. We all work together. We got to figure out, what do you need? What do you need that I can help you do? What kind of service do you need me to help you provide? Let's figure this thing out. Because I feel like this is what's happening. I think the sooner we figure out that, not sooner figure out, the sooner we learn the needs of each other, the better off we'll be when it comes to providing services for people. The better off we'll be when it comes to just camaraderie. Because why would you fight me if we're helping each other achieve the goal? There's no need to fight. Like, let's figure this thing out together. And also just think of the forward movement. The forward movement works. Y'all, look at Procter & Gamble. Now I know they might have some. Back to the Johnson & Johnson. You might have some stuff that cause cancer. But just look at the companies. Look at, now I would say Coca-Cola, but I think Coca-Cola has been one of those companies that has displayed this is how you do a monopoly system. And I don't know that I agree with that. Like, the monopoly system does not work when you have the ability to do collaborations. It's better to collab than it is to try to build this monopoly. Like, this is for me. Storm, what up? I just saw Storm Leroy come in the chat. What up? But this is my issue. The people that try to get in and build these monopoly system, and it's my network. We better than y'all, all right? And they all play. They play. Everybody play Kitchen Lamar. They not like us. They pointing, right? Everybody doing that. What does that accomplish when you got people that need food? What does that accomplish when you got businesses that's having to close down because they can't afford to pay their bills? And watch this. Not only afford to pay their bills, they're not getting customers in because the customers are broke from paying for gas money. Customers are broke from trying to figure out how to pay rent. Just think, put 2 and 2 together, y'all. That's why I'm like, it's not funny for a company to have to foreclose or to be evicted from the restaurant. None of this is funny. It's not funny. All right, we got to wrap up. We are hour 36 in. All right, so everybody that's a part of my network, please make sure y'all reach out to me. We are going to officially be in Detroit, Michigan. My music program that consists of AI technology, entrepreneurship, branding, and there's a few other things that's like driving components for my program. It's going to be in Detroit, Michigan. Also, we're looking at being in upstate New York, so I'm going to have to holler at you, Storm. We're supposed to be in upstate New York, too. So if anybody wants to donate towards the No More Starving Artists organization, which is my organization, No More Starving Artists. If you want to donate towards it, just send me a message. I don't even have links and stuff for y'all because I don't be asking for money. I just want to make sure that we can cause some type of change in these kids' lives so they're not out here being entertained by people that's going through foreclosure. All right. So if y'all do want to participate, even teachers, I'm gonna need teachers that's familiar with working with middle school and high school kids. Hit me up. I would definitely love to have you be a part of the program that we are initiating. All right. Till next week, y'all have a good one. All right. Peace.